Friday. It's Friday for me. Today's video, you're in store for something special. We are doing a weekend knitting vlog. It is currently Friday morning. I have managed a no meeting Friday, which I am oh so excited about. I have a lot of knitty things planned in store for this weekend, and because I have a no meeting day, I am going to be Pomodoro knitting. If you're new and you don't know what Pomodoro knitting is, I love to use the Pomodoro focus technique to boost my productivity, especially when I'm working at home. You can do it in a few different increments, 25, 30, 50 minutes with a 5 or 10 minute break in between sessions. And I use those 5 or 10 minute breaks in between sessions to get some knitting in. It's a lot of fun. It's a super fun way to supercharge my productivity during the workday while also sneaking in a couple of stitches. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. I will link my favorite focus timer in the description below. I'll link my favorite video, the one that I use the most, but this channel is fantastic. She has so many different versions, so many different locations. The background music is incredible. So I just really like it. And my body has gotten so used to using this timer that when I start to hear the music, my body knows what to do. It is ready to type away, click away, focus away at work. So I'm very excited. Let me show you what I'm going to be working on during my Pomodoros today. The first is going to be a holiday dishcloth. I have been knitting on dishcloths again lately. Always love a good dishcloth project. I have a lot of holiday color themed yarns that I really want to make a dishcloth set out of, so I've started to do that. So here's the first one that I have been working on, and I'm really loving this pattern and how it's making the yarn really shine. So I will be working on this today, and the other thing that I will be working on is what I have dedicated to my work and Pomodoro knitting time. Like, this is like my work project. So if I can sneak in a couple of stitches during like an off-camera meeting, I will. And also during these Pomodoro breaks, and that is my cozy comfort throw. This I started knitting last December, and to be frank, have not been knitting on it that much, which is why I've dedicated it to my work project. It's super squishy, super easy, super mindless garter stitch, so I can do it without looking and focus and take notes if I have to, stop if I need to, and I don't have to worry about where I am in a pattern. Super mindless. So I've been working on that. I actually showed this in my last podcast episode, and I decided to put a little progress keeper on so you can see. I decided to go with a green yarn ball. 'Tis the season, Christmas time is coming, and I'm ready to put the tree up. This is where I was in my last podcast episode, which I recorded just a few days ago, so I've already made progress so far this week on this. So I'll be working on this. This is using my 2022 Shirley Bryan Yarns Advent Calendar. So those are going to be my Pomodoro projects. I also this morning put together my to-do list. And something that I've started doing when I can do the Pomodoro timer is I break out my day into sections. So it's about 10:30 now. I'm going to be probably Pomodoroing this morning till I take a lunch between 12 and 1. And I like to do the 30-minute timer. So I do 30 minutes with a 5-minute break. Again, you can check that video down. And during my 5-minute breaks, I'll pick a project, I'll work on it, and then I'll go back to work. But I have started prioritizing or picking a task or a project to try and accomplish during my 30-minute window. So I have actually set up all of my 30-minute Pomodoro timer windows, if you will, for the entire day, and I'm going to see how quickly I can fly through them. Now, I will also add, while we're talking productivity, if I finish what my assigned task for that 30 minutes is before the 30 minutes is up, I automatically get started on the next task. I don't give myself that time back. I know some people like to do that. That's not my method, and I have really noticed it's helped me fly through my to-do list. So that's what's in store today. I have got my second cup of coffee of the morning here, so I am going to start my timer, get some work done, and get to stitching. Sunday, a little bit after 9:30, and yesterday I had a lot of time being a passenger princess, so I did work on my husband's sock. Honestly, it got a little bit less done than I had anticipated, but it's because it was too dark for me to see on the drive home, so I missed out on some knitting, but I did get through. I was about here yesterday on my socks, on the sock. Can you see this? I was about here, and I finished the heel. I did the heel turn, and I got, I don't know, this much through the gusset stitches decreases, so I don't know that I'm quite halfway, but that is where I am. I have just come downstairs because, oh, yesterday, the reason I had so much driving was because we, first of all, woke up and went to pick up our farm share, which I put a little clip in of some of the goodies that we picked up. Very excited to learn what to do with that giant Napa cabbage that's in there. But we went to go pick up our farm share, so we did that, and that was about 30-ish minutes away from our house. So we had that drive to and from there, and then we actually went, we had some shopping to do, and the store we needed to go to is near where my family lives. So we drove about an hour and a half there, did some shopping, and then ended up having some dinner and hang out with my family for a little bit, which was nice. And then we drove home. So I had a lot of knitting time. Like I said, I probably would have finished this gusset decreases and probably worked a little more on the foot had it not been, we were driving home at like 9 p.m. last night, so it was a very late night for us. However, this morning I'm very excited because I am going to be meeting up with my friend Lee. We have been trying to get together and knit, and then something has just come up for us in our adult lives every time. But over the summer, we actually bought sock sets from Sorella's garden collection, and we decided that we were going to split the skeins and swap and both knit a pair of socks together. So I just wound up my yarn, and I am going to put it in my knitting bag, make sure I have everything I need, get myself ready, and then go hang out and have a little knitty day with her. So super excited about that this morning. I'm thinking about, before I go, putting some chicken breast in the slow cooker to kind of cook up. So when I come back, I have had this recipe for a chicken pot pie soup that I've been really wanting to make, and I ran out of time to make it last week, and it's actually starting to feel like fall here in Western PA. So I am thinking it would be nice to make it for dinner tonight. It's a stovetop recipe, but you need shredded chicken. So if I shred the chicken while I'm gone, you know, cook the chicken while I'm gone, then it will be ready for me when I get back later to make that for dinner. So that is what is up here today. Happy Sunday. Occurred to me as I'm editing this video that I never showed you my progress for the week and I think part of that was because I wasn't quite ready to record it, and also I forgot. But what I did do was I'm much further now than I was when I finished that weekend, but I did stick some markers on my things. So I wanted to show you really quickly here while I'm remembering all of the knitting I got done in this vlog. So I'll start with my husband's sock. When I started the vlog, I was here, and I finished the heel and I got through, is this the gusset decreases? I got through the gusset decreases and I worked this much through the foot. So I accomplished quite a bit that weekend. And then I also did knit quite a bit on this. I guess I can't remember. I think I was here. Oops. I did knit maybe an inch on this. I think this is where I ended, and maybe I started here. I haven't really worked on this a ton, but I did knit on that. So maybe an inch done on this as well. And I also started a new sock, and I got all the way to, well, this is where I am now. I'm ready for the heel. But on this first sock, I cast on, wound the yarn, and I got all the way about halfway through the leg. Talk about cute. Talk about cute. So ready for the heel on this one, and I'm undecided if I want to cake up another mini skein. Well, I'll tell you what my heart really wants to do is just knit the heel in this main color, but I'm worried since I split this skein with a friend that I'm not going to have enough to do the heel and the foot, and then just the toe in this color. And I don't know how to determine that. I had something else I wanted to show you. Oh, I also worked on this dishcloth, and I did knit quite a bit on this, but I realized when I took this out of my bag, I never put the stitch marker on it when I started. So I think I was about halfway through this. Anyway, my knitting progress, and my tree's up. It's not decorated, but it's up. Anyway, so I would say I had a pretty successful knitting weekend.